Everyone on this planet has told a lie at some point in their lives. Most of the time, these lies have absolutely no consequences. They're too small to present an issue. However, there are times when a little lie actually manages to grow into something very serious. The anime that I'm reviewing today takes the concept of a lie that grew too large and, well, turns into a swashbuckling adventure. Of course, I'm talking about Rage of Bahamut Genesis. A common sentiment regarding Rage of Bahamut is that it's the anime equivalent of Pirates of the Caribbean. That's not a bad comparison at all, considering the first episode alone has a sword duel that will rival any one of the sword duels of Jack Sparrow. The comparison perfectly encapsulates the series. It's an action-adventure that consists of, well, pure entertainment. That brings up the question, though, does this series possess any, well, depth? I'm Bananaowns, and this is an Otaku Youth Anime Review. The story of Bahamut takes place in the magical world of Mistarcia, a world consisting of humans, gods, and demons. Long ago, a mystical creature known as Bahamut threatened to destroy the world and was only stopped by the cooperation of the three races. They created a key to seal the beast, with one half given to the demons and the other half given to the gods. Thousands of years later, a woman steals the gods' half of the key and threatens the existence of the seal. And that is essentially the background of the series. Now, the main plot follows the adventurers of the bounty hunter Favaro Leon. After celebrating a successful bounty, he unwittingly gets dragged into the world-altering conflict regarding Bahamut. Due to a lie regarding his ability to get someone to a far-off region known as Helheim, Favaro catches the attention of the mysterious Amida. Amida places a spell on Favaro that gives him a demon tail and coerces him into taking her to Helheim. The two are subsequently chased by the Knights of Jeanne d'Arc and Kaiser, an old friend of Favaro's who has a score to settle. What follows is a 13-episode arc that is an absolute joy to watch. However, it does not maintain the swashbuckling atmosphere throughout its entire run. The story manages to escalate quite naturally as the threat of Bahamut becomes more clear. Characters are quickly thrust from the more lighthearted nature of the series into extremely dire situations. There is an evolution to this story which makes it stand above the Pirates of the Caribbean comparisons, at least to some extent. The series possesses an inner conspiracy that is only revealed very late into the 13-episode run. It's actually quite conniving how the antagonists manage to unleash their plans. At first, the series seems relatively straightforward, with the plot twist being able to be seen from a mile away. However, towards the later end of the season, the story actually managed to surprise me, which says a lot considering the typical action-adventure label that this anime gets. Overall, the story is quite good, with an appropriate amount of twists and turns that will surely keep the viewer interested. Rage of Bahamut possesses a startling amount of characters between the various humans, gods, and demons. They're all interesting in their own right. I have one qualm with the major villain. The major villain of the show isn't really developed at all. His motivations for carrying out his evil plan are so generic that it's uninteresting. This is especially noticeable because his subordinates are infinitely more interesting than he is. A truly great show needs a great villain, and in this aspect, Bahamut lacks one. For the purpose of review, I will focus on two of the characters that comprise the main cast. Favaro is a bounty hunter, but acts like the stereotypical rogue character in terms of skills. He's not the typical hero of an action-adventure show. He's goofy, he lies quite frequently, and he will run away without a moment's hesitation. Despite these unsavory qualities, he does possess some good traits. He will go out of his way to assist those that he cares about, even if a little hesitant at first. His character arc throughout the series involves him overcoming this fear and hesitation, and by the end of the series, he manages to change quite significantly. In contrast to Favaro, Kaiser acts more like the stereotypical lead. He is overconcerned with honor and tries to embody chivalry to a T. This is a result of the disgrace of his formerly noble family due to a failed mission led by his father. Because of this incident, Kaiser possesses an intense need and drive to prove his worth in almost every circumstance. Unlike Favaro, he does not possess the initial hesitation to head straight into danger. His character arc largely involves with him dealing with the actions of Favreau. He blames Favreau for his family's downfall. This pursuit of revenge is what drives his actions to the point where it completely controls him. Like Favreau, he actually undergoes a significant amount of change as the series progresses, becoming less concerned with honor and more concerned with himself. And this is a highlight of the character development. The traits of Favreau and Kaiser manage to influence one another. Favreau becomes more chivalrous, while Kaiser becomes more concerned with himself. Now, I did not cover Amida because her character is heavily tied with the main plot of the series. Any mention of her typical traits and motivations could be considered a massive spoiler for the overall plot of the show. I would be doing anyone a disservice by spoiling this entertaining romp. Just know that I really like her character. Like the rest of the lead, she develops significantly by the end of the series. Even the minor characters are given quite a lot of screen time and development as well. The characters are definitely a strength of Rage of Bahamut. Rage of Bahamut is an absolutely beautiful show, at least when it comes to the 2D elements. The animation is very crisp and contains a level of quality that is not normal for a typical show. The 2D animation does not experience a single drop of quality throughout the 13-episode run. The first episode alone has many moments of outstanding animation, most notably a sword duel. Now, the animation falls in regards to the 3D animated elements. Certain models like Bahamut look decent enough, but a majority of the CG directly conflicts with the 2D animation. With the high quality of the 2D animation, the CG models stand out too much. The difference in quality between the 3D models and the 2D animation is very jarring. It really brings down the quality of the scenes that heavily use the 3D models. Aside from the 3D animation though, there really isn't much more to say about the animation quality. 2D animation is amazing, while the 3D animation leaves a lot to be desired. The sound design of Bahamut is great, between the varieties of sound effects employed to add detail to the animation, to the sound design of the variety of mystical creatures. Every aspect of the sound design is, well, it's good. The voice acting overall is very well done. The voice actor for Favreau is the ultimate standout actor of the show. The actor manages to perfectly capture the more goofy aspects of Favreau's personality, while also expressing the more insecure aspects of the character. My favorite performance is that of Amida. The voice actress manages to capture her more devilish nature while also highlighting her naive aspects as well. Ultimately, the voice cast is phenomenal. Every character is voiced very well, and each actor delivers a very solid performance throughout the entire run. In terms of music, Bahamut also does a great job. The music is triumphant when needed, lending a credence to the larger action scenes. Much like the plot, the music starts off relatively simple, but evolves as the series progresses and as the stakes get higher. The opening song is one of the best I have ever heard. Much like the opening for One Punch Man, it's just pure hype. Rage of Bahamut Genesis is a great show. I wholeheartedly recommend this show to any person that is looking for a great action adventure. It's relatively short at 13 episodes, but is well worth the watch. The story is very interesting, and the characters manage to be interesting as well. Despite the 3D animation, the 2D animation is gorgeous. The sound design is great, with the highlights being the music and the phenomenal voice acting. Overall, Bahamut was a great show, but not something that I would consider to be one of my top tier anime. It's an absolutely great show, however, it's not one of those shows that I'm absolutely clamoring for. Rage of Bahamut Genesis earns a watch rating. Join me next week for another Otaku Youth anime review. And thanks for watching.